Hey, what's going on, guys? It's AniMine here, and by the way, I turned off the music. That's why you don't see it. And I figured something cool that I might do is maybe narrate over my video that I just made for the When Fire Meets Ice Mega Build video, and I just maybe give you a rundown of what I was thinking and what I was trying to do on my build, and just give you an idea of what I was trying to do. So let's go ahead and get started. Right off the bat, I'm basically just creating a platform, just so that I can have a good distance of, or good viewpoint of the distance I need to be from the center. The walls, you'll pretty much see what they're for later, but they're basically just to make sure I don't go over the boundary of the wall, so I can get that middle ground effect that I'll get later on. Right now I'm going with world edit. Right now this is just world edit. As some of you might know, Voxel Sniper is a multiplayer only thing. So every time I wanted to use Voxel Sniper, I had to export the world into a free server, like one of the servers that lasts for like an hour, and then when I finished with Voxel Sniper, I had to export the world back out of the server and put it back into my single player world. So that's why I'm making all these cuts in the video, because I'm constantly going in and out of the world from the server. And now, as you see, I'm using Voxel Sniper now. There is no more world edit in this one. I didn't really know what I wanted the mountains to look like. I looked up some pictures on Google, and I saw some pretty good ones. So I kind of based them off that. The tops usually are kind of flattened, and then you have a more jagged slope down. Sometimes, like, the cliff's edges are deformed, where they look like they're about to fall over, but they're not. Yeah, the big issue was making those 15 high cylinders looking like actual real mountains. And I think I achieved that effect pretty well. I think I did it better with the snowy biome than I did with the fire biome. I just see at that little end part right there. I actually had to fix the left side of the snow biome because it was way too far in to the center. I have to go and fix it later on in the time-lapse video, and I didn't know that until later on, but it happens. So right now I'm just creating the portals. You're about to see in a minute or two, you're about to see a mess up. As I was trying to build the second portal, I accidentally stepped into the nether portal after I lit it, and it quickly went into the nether. And right about now, there it goes. I remember that specifically while I was editing. I was like, oh no, that's not showing the video, isn't it? Alright, so I wanted to do 3 portals. I wanted to do some paths. I knew I wanted to do some paths and some portals. I wanted to do a snow biome. I wanted to do like igloo cave type deals. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm kind of just designing the way an igloo cave type deal would be. I wanted all the nether portals to be embedded into the snow, and make it look like they're actually in the snow. And I really like this effect. I've never tried this effect before. Going into the nether portal and going into a different area, basically. Yeah, I really like that effect. And here you can see, since I did go into the single player world again. I'm not using world edit because my single player world has world edit, and the server has the Voxel Sniper, so I have to constantly switch in between the two. So when you see those cuts, I'm actually going in between, and I actually had to name my replay mod accordingly. I'll see if I can get a snapshot of that up in the editor. What I'm doing here is basically just doing the back. I know some people say that the back doesn't matter, and what we were looking for is this front. But if I know that the back is messed up, it would annoy me. And I believe that if the back is just as good as if the back is just as good as the front, then it's gonna look good either way. And if for some reason they want to have server owner wants to have the back accessible for some reason, the back will still look good, and then it won't just look like I half-assed the back and I didn't do the back at all, Coming up is one of my least favorite things, is this mountain, that not this one that I'm working on now, but the one I'm about to work on. This took absolutely forever. I could not get what I wanted out of this mountain. And as you can see, I had speed up the video very drastically compared to the other mountains, because it was not happening. I was trying for like a solid hour trying to get this fucking mountain to conform to what I wanted it to be. The middle mountain was not nearly as bad. It's just that mountain to the right there, that was a bitch. Right now I'm creating the Nether Fortress portals. Fun fact: nothing is planned. I am not going off any builds, because usually when I build something, I'm basing it off another build, or I'm basing it off something I saw on Google. This build, the basic idea of this build popped in my head at 3 a.m. this morning, or sorry, yesterday morning, on the day I'm recording this. Hi, future Connor. So yeah, I actually didn't know what I was gonna do for the build, but I think it turned out pretty well. This Nether Fortress portals, I think they actually look pretty, really decent. I was really happy whenever I finished them. Alright, now comes the part where I was telling you about why the walls were there, because I wanted to create a middle line that had both snow and the it had the snow and it had the fire areas stuff. I think it was brown and dark brown clay or something like that. This is just me basically creating the cathedral. You may notice that it's actually misshapen. It's because one side is 5 and one side is 3 blocks, and I purposely did that because I wanted it to be a different shape than just circle. I wanted to get an original design. I really didn't want anything to be the same. I actually saw this design online. I can't find the picture I based it off of, but I based this design off of that. So whoever if you know the person, or you can find the picture, you can link it in the comments, and I'll definitely I'll like it, or I'll pin it. Yeah, I think I looked up like Mage Tower or something like that to find it, because I was trying to do that, like a mage and dragon tower, whatever. All right, here comes the most experimental part of this entire video. It was the dragons, most definitely the dragons. For the blue dragon, I wanted to go fat and short with a long tail, and for the gray dragon, I wanted to go skinny and long with a short tail. I think I did it pretty decently. They look more like like salamanders, I would say, right now. And this is me going in with a Vox Sniper and trying to conform their body shape a little bit better, because the Warlight was just not cutting it. I tried to define their actual like muscle, like leg muscles, you know, as you can see. I tried to form like the actual muscle right here. I think on a shoulder blade I tried to form it, and then I tried to make their sorry, I'm burping. Like the feet smaller, while I made the hip like really big. And same thing with here. Small feet and then big shoulder. You know, just a little something. And then here's a fun story. The mouths are the hardest part. If the dragon had bigger, the mouth would have been easier, but it wasn't. It wasn't easier at all. And if you notice that it has a certain color palette, and it looks very similar to some other dragons you might have noticed. It's actually based off the what is that mod? The one where you can get the reactor core. I forgot what the name is. Draconic Evolution. There we go. It was based off the Draconic Evolution mod, where you can fly on the dragons, you know, and I think it's called the Aether Dragon or whatever. And I just used the same style for the other dragon. I just switched up his color palette to match the fire. And then now comes the I don't want to say my least favorite part, but it was a pain in the ass because Warlord didn't want to do what I wanted to do, and Fox Sniper wasn't doing what I wanted to do, and yeah, what wasn't the greatest thing that I did, but I still think it looks pretty decent. And you actually see, it should have just replaced the glass. It should not have replaced the color glass, but I don't know why I did that. Yeah, and then now we just have our overview of the actual build. Overall, this build took 7.5 hours to make. Each little cut that you saw was actually going from build to build, like going from a world edit render to a voxel render to a hand built render, you know, stuff like that. I'll even show you after what my replay mod looks like right now. And it just I don't know how to explain this. It was 7.5 hours of building, about an hour and a half of rendering just the replay mod videos. I would say probably about 45 minutes setting all the replay mod videos up, editing it all together, finding the right music to go for it. Took about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. The final render for the whole video took about 40 minutes, because I did it at 1080p, you know. And then the upload itself, with all the tags, the description, and posting it pretty much everywhere I could think of, took another hour and a half. So a good 10 to 12 hours went into this project. It mean a lot, you know. I said it in every single video, but it means a lot just to have. It means a lot just to have support, you know. And I would enjoy if you please subscribe. I do have a new series coming out soon, but you can't tell you just yet. You have to wait for the first video. This has been AniMine presenting When Fire Met Ice. Thank you for watching.